You may be wondering what inspired me to become a bridge between alternative and conventional medicine. In my first semester of medical school, I was privy to a woman that the medical community had given up on. After a medical mistake that caused a massive stroke in all 4 lobes of her brain, she ended up in the intensive care unit, and all the neurologists said, she's not going to live. If she does, she will be in a vegetative state. I spent time with that patient at her bedside, and I felt something that prompted me not to give up on her. And I went outside of traditional medicine and worked with her, and she not only survived it, but she had a great quality of life with her family for over a decade. And when she left the hospital, the doctors and nurses called her the miracle lady. Now imagine how that family felt to have her for 12 more years, good years. I know this because that woman was my mother, best teacher I had. And that experience taught me early in my medical career that the power of the human vital force is something more powerful than any of the other things that you can learn or do. And that the human spirit cannot be measured or explained by modern medicine. I had many years, good quality years with my mother because of the shift I made. It worked for her, works for my patients, and I know it will work for you.
You control a lot of things. You control your business, your time, your growth, and how you live your life. In addition to all those things, you can also control your health. If you take care of the 6 pillars of your health, when you do, your life can be even longer, healthier, and oh, so much more rewarding. In this 10-minute talk, you'll learn not only what the 6 pillars of health are, you'll also rate yourself and be given some amazing suggestions on how to optimize your mind and your body. To guide you on this 10-minute journey is an award-winning physician, researcher, and global health educator who bridges the worlds of conventional medicine and alternate medicine. When you do this, you take charge of your health and you make more informed decisions. The interpretation and reporting of medical science is something that Donese Worden has been doing for decades. She collaborates with major institutions and researchers across the globe. This puts her in a unique position to share and utilize leading-edge information and treatments that are novel and yet scientifically sound. She is a well-seasoned network television talk show host. She has a master's degree in broadcasting and was featured on the cover of the National Speakers Association magazine because of her unique ability to educate and inspire people change in people. In addition to Dr. Donese's research, medical practice, and consulting, she also offers seminars, health masterminds, and retreats worldwide. In just 10 minutes, you'll be educated, empowered, and enlightened with her suggestions for your overall health and wellness. Her title is E.L.F. for Health. Please help me welcome Dr. Donese Worden.
Thank you, Timothy. Thank you. Thank you. So when preparing for this talk today, I asked myself, what could I possibly offer in 10 minutes to my Genius Network tribe? And I heard Joe Polish's voice in my head, and I came up with E.L.F. for Health. So I want you to ask yourself, what's the most valuable asset you have in your business? What is it? It's actually you. And in more particular, it's your health. How many hours do you spend a day on your business, or working in it or on it? And how many hours are you spending on you, on your physical, your mental, and your spiritual health? Is it equal? Or even close to? I doubt it at this point. So let's define E.L.F. for health. The E, it needs to be something easy that you choose. It needs to be simple but powerful changes that you can make in your life. The L is for longevity. Longevity here means lucrative. for your business, because if you live a long, healthy life, you're going to be able to do everything that you're passionate about and get it done. And the F is for fun. That means choosing health programs that you can commit to for the long term because you actually enjoy them. Most of you know your Colby score. Do you know your health score? You've been to your doc, he says, hey, everything's fine, but you don't feel fine, or even worse, you're masking symptoms. So I would ask you to understand that we cannot see everything in a scan or a lab. Learning to listen to your body is very important. I do work with major institutions and researchers, which affords me the opportunity to have access to leading edge medical information, and I love it. And just like you run your business, we want to be first, we want to be fast, and we want to be sustainable. So we need a health plan, our plan, that is novel and enjoyable. And that brings me to two universal health truths. Number one, DNA is not your destiny. Epigenetics is where it's at. What are the things that you can do that'll turn off the bad genes, turn them down, and turn up the good genes? And the second is your body's own pharmacy is not only the best molecules, it's the right molecule at the right time, in the right dosage with no side effects, and there is no medicine more powerful than what your own body produces. No medicine or biohack, it's you.
Hey, I hope you're enjoying this video, and I want to let you know that I have a new book that's come out, and if you'd like to get it absolutely free, there's a link below in the description, or you can wait till the end of this video, or you can simply go to joesfreebook.com and you can get a copy there.
When I work with people from all over the world, I literally work from stage 4 terminal cancers to elite athletes. What do they have in common? I find that they all need balance in these pillars of health. And I put together a questionnaire for you today so that you can assess your own pillars. Those of you who are here, they just gave you out the handout, but hold on filling it out yet. And those of you watching, just write down these 6 words: sleep, body, BM, energy, mental, and spiritual. Now I'm going to describe each one of these sections, and then I'll ask you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. So let's start with sleep. How much quality sleep are you actually getting? Is it REM? Is it deep? Do you have an aura ring? Or do you not know? So I'm going to help you. A 1, you rate yourself a 1 if you can't get to sleep and you don't stay asleep. A 10 would be you wake up in the morning. Before you get your coffee, you have energy, you've had 8 hours of restorative sleep, and you continue to have energy throughout your day. So rate yourself honestly, scale of 1 to 10. Next, let's move to body. Now, this is beyond your weight and your physique and your BMI and all these things. It's not really a stat. Are you happy with your body? A 1 would be you feel and look weak and flabby, and you don't like looking in the mirror. A 10 is you love your body, it's working well, and you're taking very good care of it. Next section, BM. Yes, that stands for bowel movement, and I am going to talk about your poop today because it's very important. What is it normally? What should it look like? From your wrist to your elbow, about that long, about as big around as your wrist. In the middle of it, it should be a log. It should not be anything except for a log. It should be a medium brown color, easily pass, and it shouldn't stink very bad. So what's a 1? A 1 is stinky poo. It's short, it's not formed, or it's rabbit pellets. That's a 1. A 10, every day you are so proud of what you produced, you really wish you could show someone. Rate yourself. Energy. Are you ready to go in the morning? You wake up before that coffee, you have that energy, and you don't crash during the day or by the end of the day. A 1 is you wake up tired, you're tired all day, and then you can't get to sleep at night. That's called wired and tired. A 10 is you get caught skinny dipping at 88 years old. Yes, my 88-year-old father and his 90-year-old wife just got caught at a hot springs and she forgot her swimsuit. So they went out when they thought nobody was there and they got too hot in the hot springs and they either laid down or passed out, we're not sure. But they got caught skinny dipping. They've got great energy. Rate yourself, 1 to 10. Mental state, where's your clarity, your cognition, your focus, your memory? Number 1, you have no idea what I'm saying right now. And number 10 is you can remember the highlights of what I'm saying, you can repeat it to someone else, and you can remember my name, or at least your name. So, mental, how are you doing on that? And the last category, but not the least, is your spiritual health. It's about feeling connected in a deep sense of gratitude and serenity. A number 1 is no connection. You feel alone and you wonder if it's all worth it. And a 10 is, I'm not really talking about turning water into wine. I'm talking about having the ability to, no matter what challenges are going on in your life at the moment, you have the ability to tap into something or do a process where you can feel peaceful and you feel that it's all going to be okay. So now total your score up. If you're a 0 to 11, you may need to get your will in order and you probably won't make the annual Genius event. Really. But seriously, if you're under a 42, I suggest that you make some changes right away. If you're 58 or higher, like Joel Weldon's score, keep doing what you're doing. The big picture is no category should be under an 8 because you wouldn't ignore an 8 score for your business. And how do you choose the strategies that you want to implement? Well, nothing's going to work if it's not E.L.F. And there's a big difference between I should do that and I really enjoy doing that. The type of exercise, food, meditation, you've got to love it. And entrepreneurs love to experiment and try new things like bags of supplements, going for the newest novel IV or injection. I like all those things too, but you're also going for the hardest exercise program that you can possibly tolerate. So if your score is not a 10, you may be better off finding the root of the problem, what's causing it to be there, with a good diagnostician, or instead of just trying to shut off the fire alarm and keep the fire going. And I'm providing you with a handout with a few easy implementation strategies that you can try in each category. So your challenge for today, before the end of today, I want you to pick one suggestion in each category that will be E.L.F. for you. And you can commit to it for 30 days so you can create those new healthy habits. And for Genius Network members, I'm offering a 17-minute, that was Joel Weldon's, can't be 15, it's got to be 17-minute free consult just to help you individualize your plan if you need me. You may be wondering what inspired me to become a bridge between alternative and conventional medicine. In my first semester of medical school, I was privy to a woman that the medical community had given up on. After a medical mistake that caused a massive stroke in all 4 lobes of her brain, she ended up in the intensive care unit, and all the neurologists said, she's not going to live. If she does, she will be in a vegetative state. I spent time with that patient at her bedside, and I felt something that prompted me not to give up on her. And I went outside of traditional medicine and worked with her, and she not only survived it, but she had a great quality of life with her family for over a decade. And when she left the hospital, the doctors and nurses called her the miracle lady. Now imagine how that family felt to have her for 12 more years, good years. I know this because that woman was my mother, best teacher I had. And that experience taught me early in my medical career that the power of the human vital force is something more powerful than any of the other things that you can learn or do. And that the human spirit cannot be measured or explained by modern medicine. I had many years, good quality years with my mother because of the shift I made. It worked for her, works for my patients, and I know it will work for you. And my best advice to you is do not ignore your symptoms. The excuse of, oh, I'm just getting older, is not acceptable. I have 90-year-olds still going strong mentally and physically, and my golfing, world traveler, skinny dipping dad is a perfect example. And Joel Weldon in our group can probably still water ski circles around most of you. That's the way we're supposed to age. So now, empower yourself. Choose some new habits. And then, as my Southern daddy would say, get her done. So don't wait. Now's the time, and get her done.
Okay, I hope you found that video awesome and useful. So if you want to get a free copy of my book, I want you to click here. And if you want to watch some more videos that'll be useful and awesome, click here. Go ahead. They're over here. Do it now. Come on. Thank you. Watch them.